Today we're brewing coffee and we're thinking how much we throw away, reusing what I can and trying to waste a little less. Water goes in first, just below the safety valve. A little coffee, a little patience. The Moka pot does the rest. Cheap to run, built to last. And still one of the best ways to make coffee at home. This new pot is twice the size of my old 90s one, and somehow it's half the weight. Feels like things used to be made to last back then. I usually add 2 scoops of coffee, one for now and one for later in the afternoon. Still warm, still fresh, no need to brew twice. For now I'm using this 500-watt electric hot plate, but eventually I want to build a compact little rocket stove for brewing and cooking outdoors, making coffee with nothing but twigs and fire. While the coffee brews, which takes about 10 minutes on this tiny little hot plate, I usually clean up the workshop or cut old paper packaging to reuse as sticky notes, project plans, grocery list, and even play games with the kids. And after using the paper once, I reuse it again to light the fireplace. One less thing wasted, one more thing reused. Right as the coffee starts bubbling up, I close the lid so it doesn't splash all over the workbench. After a while, you learn the sound. You can hear exactly when the coffee is ready. Once the mock pot cools down a bit, I collect the used coffee grounds. They can be used for garden compost or get mixed into paper and sawdust briquettes for fire fuel. Pretty much zero waste from start to finish. And honestly, freshly ground coffee tastes far better than those plastic pots ever will. The bigger paper sheets get reused for sketches, measurements, and rough project drawings. The smaller offcuts go into my little kitty cup for sticky notes. Whenever a client calls or an important task pops up, I just write it down and stack the notes on my desk. Most important on top, least important on the bottom. A very boomer way to manage tasks, you'll say, but honestly, it does the work for me. From all the technology and AI madness these days, I sometimes find myself waiting in line for a human cashier instead of using the self-checkout. Not because it's faster, just because it feels more human. And I think more and more people will start to crave that again. Real contact, real conversation. Things made by human hands, made by humans, might start becoming the new luxury. I'll be curious to know if you're using things in your daily life. Share in the comments.